What's up, my dudes? We are here in some infinite flight today. We are in the Cessna 208 Grand Caravan, and we're going to be flying. I'm going to get that camera set up here. We're going to be flying from Punta Gorda up to Sarasota. It's a pretty dead map right now. There's not really anybody on here, so we shouldn't have any of the annoying ATC traffic. Alright, so we're going to be taking off via runway 15 and then flipping around, heading northbound up to Sarasota. Because as you can see, the runways are kind of shut down from wind. So anyway, we're going to taxi to runway 15.
Gorda Unicom, November 208 Lima Delta, taxiing to runway 15.
Thank you for that. Alright. The generic voice has spoken, and we're going to begin our taxi. Alright, so we're going to taxi down to runway 15. We're going to take off southbound and then flip around, head northbound up towards Sarasota. Go ahead and turn that off. I don't like having the HUD on. I'm also lazy, so we're going to turn on the auto taxi. Also, we'll set the flaps while we're here. I'm kind of veering off the taxiway slightly. Hope everyone can hear me alright. I'm being kind of quiet because it's a little bit late here, and I don't want to disturb anybody. But yeah, actually, real quick, we're going to check our wind conditions. So there is going to be a little bit of a crosswind. It's 10 knot. Looks like it's sustained wind, though. It doesn't appear to be gusting, which makes it a little bit easier on us. But we are going to be encountering a bit of a crosswind, so it'll make things interesting for our little airplane here. And this shouldn't be a very long flight. It's just a quick little hop. Alright, we're approaching runway 15 here. You can see there's the runway, and hopefully we can get onto it. Yes, we can. Awesome. Alright, so we're just going to make sure everything's ready for takeoff. Flaps are set, altitude is set. In the autopilot, so we're just going to go ahead and get to the hold short line and then declare our takeoff. Alright, I don't know if you guys picked that up or not, but there was a bit of a slight pause there as I went to go grab a water bottle. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and announce our takeoff. And we're departing northbound.
Punta Gorda Unicom, November 208 Lima Delta is taking off runway 15, departing north.
Yeah, a little fun fact here is I matched my in-game call sign to the tail number on the plane. I don't know, I find that enjoying. Maybe some of you will. But anyway, off to the runway we go. So we're just going to taxi onto the runway here. Get lined up here. We're going to follow the taxi lines. This is a shorter runway, so we're going to actually go ahead and throw in some more flaps. Get our heading locked in. Yeah, because this is a short runway, we're going to go ahead and build up the power before we take off. I'm going to go ahead and set it to half throttle. That'll let us start picking up some speed. I'm going to put it to about 80%. Alright, now our airspeed is really coming alive, so we're going to punch it. And we're going to start lifting off here. We can see we're starting to veer. Oh, bad wind. Okay, so as you can see, that was a bit of a rough takeoff there. That crosswind was kicking into effect. But now we're climbing. Now we're kind of stalling, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of lower out the climb rate here. Try to build up some speed. Okay, looks like we are now picking up speed. Traveling at 60, alright, we're now 70. Alright, so the airspeed is alive now. We'll just have a quick look outside. Go ahead and shut off our landing lights. Alright, so we are now airborne. Departing out of Punta Gorda, we're going to be heading to Sarasota. We're climbing at 3,500 feet. We're going to go ahead and set our airspeed for 115 while we climb. We'll climb at 900 feet per second. And that might actually be too steep for our plane, but it looks like we're making it. Alright, so we're going to just... So, once again, we are in the Cessna 208 Grand Caravan. Oh, just hit the rudder. Just going to go ahead and turn a little bit. So, yeah, we are flying to Sarasota. We're climbing at a pretty steady rate. 108 knots at 1,000 feet per second. And then once we get up there, we'll probably cruise at around 140 knots. So now we just kind of relax and enjoy the ride. See, I didn't realize Punta Gorda was this blank. Cannot wait for global to get released, so we've got actual satellite photos of the ground, so it looks a little more realistic when you're flying around, like I like to be seeing downtown Punta Gorda instead of mountains, because Florida does not have mountains. I would know, I live there. Alright, so we're going to begin turning here. Oh, here's a look at our flight plan for you real quick. So you can see we have just a little bit of a turn, and then it's pretty much a straight shot in to Sarasota. Alright, so we're going to turn heading 169, but it looks like this is going to actually take us on 166. So right now we're kind of just cruising around. This will be a low altitude, pretty low speed flight, because it's just a few miles. Again, Punta Gorda and Sarasota are only separated by Port Charlotte, Northport, and Venice, so we're not going very far. So I'm going to try and get into doing something like this kind of more regularly and uploading them around, just because it gives me something to do, it gives y'all something to watch. And I should be buying a Apeman kind of GoPro-like thing soon, so I'll be making some pretty cool videos with my friends and my siblings coming up here shortly, so stay tuned for that, because that's going to be fun and interesting, for me at least. It gives me something to do. I'm also going to be doing some games on my computer. Just downloaded OBS, so I'll be able to record some of that. I just built a pretty cool cruise ship in Minecraft, so stay tuned for a video for that, if that's also something you're into, but I imagine all of you guys are here for planes, and that's what I'm doing. Alright, so we're leveling out now. We're going to bring in our flaps. We're going to go ahead and increase our speed to go about 145. But yeah, I'll try to do some infinite flight videos. I tend to hang out around the California region just because that's where there's the most active ATC presence. But I do also enjoy flying around in the South Florida region since it's my home state. And I also enjoy the Caribbean because, you know, St. Martin is fun stuff. But yeah, if y'all want to see more infinite flight from me, go ahead and hit that like button. Show me some love, you know, maybe subscribe. I won't bite you. But yeah, I'm hoping to try and get get a channel started up here, get some good content out, you know, maybe make some videos with my leopard gecko or on my computer and when I'm out with my friends once I get that GoPro. Just stay tuned for some cool stuff. And there will be Infinite Flight, of course, because I absolutely love this game. This game is amazing. I mean, just look at these graphics. This game is stunning. Alright, so we are now turning to heading 225. So this plane really banks it when it goes into turns. I mean, I'm very impressed with the handling of this aircraft. It just throws itself into turns. Alright, so we're a little bit off course here. Try to get ourselves back on course. About that pause, guys, I went to go grab a drink from my water bottle. And I hope y'all can hear me well. Obviously, if the audio is not good, when I go back to review the video, I'm just gonna not do anything with it and start over again. Also, if you keep seeing a little blue thing over here by the AP, I'm pointing and you can't see it, that's a neck. But if you keep seeing this blue thing, that's just the charging on my phone's my cable's a little whacked up. Alright, so we're turning, heading 272. We're going to start heading 265 because we'll see. This plane turns so fast it can't really catch up with the autopilot. Alright, so flying heading 266. We've got a friend over there, another aircraft. Alright, so now we're just kind of cruising around. And I have these graphics pretty much maxed out, so the water, once we get over that, will be just, you can see how gorgeous it is. And you know what, just to show the true beauty of this game, once we get into our turn, I'm going to go ahead and set it to like sunrise. And you can just see the water reflections and just how gorgeous it is. Because this game is stunning. The graphics are just, for a mobile game, it's gorgeous. Alright, so we're going to turn heading 307. Actually, this wants us to turn 305, so we'll set for that. Alright, so we got a little bit of time here, so I'm going to go ahead and set it to the sunrise. Oh, just kidding, I'm going to set it for sunset. Oh, that's night. But now just look at that. Like, you can't look at this and say this game is not just absolutely gorgeous. Like, that's beautiful. And just look at the water. How many mobile games can offer you that beauty? You know what? I actually like that enough. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave this as the time. Actually, no. I'll set it back to day just because I don't know how good you guys can see that on your devices. But yeah, this game is just the water. When you have the water set to max graphics like I do, it's stunning. Let's go ahead and check the winds. Oh, well, we have no wind now, so I'm not sure why the plane... There we go. So it looks like we got no winds currently. So that should make for some pretty smooth flying. Let's check the updates on the flight plan. Okay, so we actually have quite a ways to go. We're flying over the Charlotte Harbor right now. We're going to go ahead and pick our speed up to 170 knots. We're getting a little close to our overspeed, but I kind of just want to pick up a little bit of speed and make this video go by a little bit faster. But yeah, definitely stick around if you want to see some more Infinite Flight stuff. Maybe I'll do some full-length airliner flights. Don't know if I'll do commentaries on all of them or not, just because I don't think I have that much to say, but you know, I live a pretty boring life. I mean, I sit in my bed, I play flight simulators all day, so, but it's good, so, you know, living life. But yeah, I'm going to try to get a little channel going, get some reptile content with my lizard, make some cool videos with my friends once I get that camera. I've got a bunch of friends, and we hang out and we do fun stuff. We'll go out in the woods and look for reptiles and whatnot. There'll just be a whole bunch of stuff you can find on the channel coming up real soon, so stay tuned for that. If you want to support me, would be great. With you guys just watching the videos, because I mean, I'm just trying to entertain y'all while entertaining myself, because I'm pretty bored. I don't have much to do, so I'm trying to give myself things to do, and if it can entertain others while I'm doing it, well, hey, that's a good day. And I know at this point I'm basically just bear with me here. Alright, heading 341. And again, this plane it handles so well in the air. Like, look at this bank angle. It just turns so fast. Like, look at this. Oh. And that's YouTube notifications for you. Always ruining everything. So apparently it's way overturned here. Let's just try to use some rudder to correct that. Okay, that's not helping. So we're going to go ahead and manually try to turn it back into 3-4. There we go. Alright, try to get our heading lined up there. So this is a 9-minute flight, so I might go ahead and just pause the recording and then bring it back up once we get a little closer to Sarasota so you can see the landing. So that's what I'm going to do, so I will see you guys when we're about to turn into our final approach at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. I'll see you then. Alright, so we're not quite at Sarasota yet, but I was checking the map, and we've got somebody else who's flying into Sarasota with us. So we're going to have some friends on the ground, assuming we get there while he's still there, because he's in a much faster aircraft than us. But it's still cool because, you know, this map is usually pretty empty, so you never really run into anybody unless you're hanging out up here in Tampa or down here in Miami. And you know what? It looks like, aside from this guy down here, he's the only other guy on the map, so pretty empty today over South Florida. But again, as you can see, we still got a little ways before we're making our turn into Sarasota. So I will see you guys then, unless I happen to get intercepted by like fighter jets or something interesting happens. But I don't see that happening, so I will see you all in Sarasota. Alright, so I jinxed myself upon saying a calm, windless day, because we now have a 10-knot crosswind in air. And I just checked the weather for Sarasota when we come into land. We have a 6-knot crosswind at 70 degrees, and that happens to affect our chosen runway, so it'll be an interesting landing. But I think we can make it. Excuse that sound, if you just heard that clicking, that was my water bottle making some noises. I'm unsure why. But yeah, so I guess something interesting did end up happening. We now have a heavy crosswind, and I just touched the rudder like a dummy. Great. Oh, there's Venice over there. My middle school used to be by this airport, literally like right there. If you're looking where the crosshair, the plane director's pointing, that's where my middle school was, and that's Venice Airport. So yeah, now we're flying with a crosswind, which is always interesting. But we're still 3 minutes out from turning into our final approach for Sarasota, so I guess I will go ahead and cut it back out and see y'all then. Alright, so we're about to make our turn into Sarasota. I've just locked on the ILS system to give us our glide scope and runway setup line offset for runway 32 at Sarasota. We're making now 323 degrees. Nope, we're overturning now. Alright, so we can see Sarasota down there. We're going to go ahead and start descending. And we're going to try and... Oh gosh. Nope, now I've messed it up. That's embarrassing. And we're going to start slowing this plane down. And try and get ourselves lined up with the runway. Okay, please excuse my bad flying. Of course, right when I'm trying to look good in front of the camera, that's when I can't fly. Alright. We're going to start adding some flaps. And this is a plane that you can just fly real nice and slow. So our landing speed is probably going to be about 100 knots, and even that's probably still too fast for this aircraft. But we're going to do it anyway. As you can see down at our wind detector just above the flight map, I'm also going to go ahead and call in real quick. Position, final. Are we on runway 15? I don't believe we're on runway 15. No, we're on runway 32, so I'm not sure what this is telling me. My current is runway 15. Runway 22.
Punta Gorda Unicorn, November 208 Lima Delta is on final, runway 22.
We're on the wrong Unicom. That's really embarrassing.
Sarasota Bradenton Unicorn, November 208 Lima Delta is on final, runway 32.
That's more like it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and come off this way now. We're gonna throw the flaps all the way down and start slowing the plane down a bit. So right now we're at 1,800 feet, 120 knots. We got our flaps fully deployed. Almost forgot the landing lights. Alright, so we are making our final approach into Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, inbound from Punta Gorda. And we're going to start trying to get lined up here with the runway. This is going to be a crosswind landing, and I'm not the best at those, so it's going to probably suck. Please don't judge me. I mean, it's difficult enough to try and get a straight landing on a windless day, so crosswind landings aren't always fun. And this plane is not equipped with an approach mode either. This is purely flying with autopilot. And I know I'm probably going to get hate for landing with the autopilot. Cheating, but it's manual auto flying, if you get what I'm saying here. I'm manually inputting to the autopilot what I want it to do. And I hit the pause button again. The struggles of having fat fingers. Okay, so we're going to try and just get her pretty lined up here. And of course the wind is not going to let us have our way. So we're going to go ahead and... I don't think I have my phone completely calibrated here, so this is going to be very much back and forth. I probably picked the wrong runway to come in on just because of the fact that this has a crosswind. But what can you do? There isn't much you can do in a situation like this except just go with it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut our speed down to 100 knots. We seem to be fairly well lined up now, so we're going to go ahead and take advantage of this. And this will show you just how skew we are from the runway. We are flying at a bit of an angle. We're not going to land quite on the center line, but that's okay by me. I'm not really OCD about that. And we're going to start cutting the throttle back. Alright, we're going to go to the outside camera just to see how well we do. Alright, flare. Oh dear. This is not good. This is not good. Oh gosh. Very rough landing there. Wow. God, my first commentated Infinite Flight video and I'm gonna land like that? Jeez. Well, that's really embarrassing. I'm sorry you guys had to watch such a bad landing. But in my defense, it was a really bad crosswind. Alright, start applying the brakes a bit. And we're gonna go ahead and park next to this guy over here. I hope he wasn't watching. Because that was an embarrassing landing. Next time, I'll try to land a little bit better, because that was bad. Now, I know I'm about to go park a general aviation aircraft in a flight gate. But you know what, this is America, I can park where I want. Oh, you know what? Just kidding. We're in general aviation parking. Well, what do you know? That worked out pretty good, didn't it? I'm just gonna go ahead and park the plane right on up over here. And bada bang. That is one parked Cessna. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching. Please excuse my cruddy flying and terrible landing. It is a crosswind, so I'm going to use that as my excuse. That's my crutch. It's a crosswind. Alright. But anyway, if you want to see more, go ahead and stay tuned. I'll try and make some more videos for y'all. Because I enjoy playing this game, and I'm sure some of you will enjoy watching an idiot like me play this game. So it's a win-win for everybody. Alright, so I will see y'all next time.